Okay, it's a quick update on my Alfasud Sprint video. I'm sorry that this is video diary number 5. There's been quite a delay since the last one, which is number 4, when I stripped down this axle. That's because there have been problems that I've had to deal with outside of projects, etc. But I've kept my hand in. I've done bits and pieces here and there, and tried to keep some progress going. This is the engine that I bought, which was red. As you can see, I've physically stripped it using wire brushes and screwdrivers and God knows what else, scrapers, because I couldn't get the paint off any other way. Back to bare metal, painted the block black. I've stripped all the paint off the aluminium because I don't like castings. I don't want the engine castings to have red paint on them. I didn't like the red. I want it to be black, which I think looks more original. I know I've painted the gearbox. I've shown that previously. That's because there's a lot of magnesium in the aluminium castings because they need to be strong, and that tends to corrode very easily, so I usually do paint gearboxes. Back axle has been stripped, cleaned, derusted, big time. There's a lot to do there, and basically reassembled, so it's not too heavy to put back on the car. All the other components that came off have been painted as well. Here's the fuel tank, which is in here because I've just reassembled that pipe. I painted that pipe and reassembled it back on with new rubber pipe and Jubilee clips, etc. And I even painted that little clip there because it was corroded and I wasn't sure I'd better get another one, so I painted it. Anyway, wanted to stop it corroding. Brake parts, they've all been painted using caliper paint. They were done before using Smooth Right. I found Smooth Right is not a good paint to use on brake parts because brake fluid attacks it, as I found when I tried to reassemble the brake compensator valve, which is there. It's going out of focus slightly. That is a brake compensator valve, which is to stop the back wheels locking. Take note, wheeler dealers, that's what that's for. You need to sort your one out. When I was reassembling it, I found that it was the brake fluid that I was using as a lubricant was stripping off the paint, so I stripped it down again. In fact, I stripped them all back to bare metal again and painted them using proper caliper paint, so hopefully that'll be a bit more of a permanent job. There's lots and lots of components which have been painted. I'm not in this workshop at the minute, but there's a few of them that are in this workshop. As you can see, I've done a fairly thorough job. These are the engine tinware, gear stick, more gearbox bits and pieces. There's all the suspension components are in a similar state. They've all been stripped and painted, so all the arms and linkages from the back, panhard rod, everything has been done to this sort of standard, so it's come out quite well, but it's all stored in boxes elsewhere. Apart from the front suspension components, some of which I've taken off but not all, everything's been done. I need to strip down the front suspension, I guess drive shafts and struts, tidy them up, stub axles, clean them up, paint them so that they look equally nice. There's one that's still on the car that's not done, and there's one underneath the car which is also not done. But yeah, there's a few bits still to come off the car to be sorted out, and when they're done, we can look at doing the body. It hasn't been that much work really. I mean, it feels like it because many hours going to all of these things, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's been as bad as I anticipated. And I just need to get back into enjoying it really, because when you get stalled in the way that I have been, it does tend to sap your enthusiasm. You really have to apply yourself to go back on. Hence my video about doing restoring. I'm victim of my own advice there. But anyway, I've got the carbs and all the ancillaries off the engine. They'll be going back on soon. I've got a ultrasonic cleaning tank, which I'm going to do probably. I may well have to strip the carbs and do them in that. I recently did Lotus Esprit carburetors in there, and it was, you know, it worked very well. So there's another video which I'm about to put on video on YouTube for that. Anyway, I'll do a further update when there's more to show. Thanks for watching.